Hey everybody, we have a Wagyu brisket from the Hoofizin Ranch. This thing's full of marbling. It's just absolutely beautiful. So this brisket's a little smaller than what you typically find at the grocery store. It's about 5¼ pounds, but the quality is so much better than anything you get in the grocery store. With this being Wagyu, I generally do all my briskets Texas style. We'll do this one just a little different. We'll hit it with 3 basic ingredients. So this brisket came already pretty trimmed up. There's not a lot of hard fat on it. We're just going to roll with it like this. We'll take just a little bit of olive oil, a couple sprays, and rub it in as a binder. After we got our olive oil rubbed in, we'll go ahead and hit it with a little bit of salt on all sides. Another thing we're going to add, we'll add a good coat of black pepper. Help our bark out. We're not going crazy with the seasoning because we're going to let the meat do the talking. Okay, we'll put our Wagyu brisket on the smoker. We're going to set the flat away from the firebox, about 250 degrees. We'll let it go the first 3 hours untouched. After that, we'll spray every hour with beef broth. Okay, we probe between 160 and 165 on our brisket. Bark's good and established. See, clean finger. We'll go ahead and wrap it. We've got double layered butcher paper. We'll give it a good wrap. Get it back out of the pit and finish it off. This is that Wagyu brisket. There's a lot of drippings coming off of it here. That's just because of all that marbling and inner fat inside of it. So usually I would dampen the paper with a little bit of beef broth, but for this one we're not going to because it's got so much fat inside of it. We'll take our brisket, we'll give it a good flip. We'll do that, come over one more time, and we'll come over from this side. If you're wondering, I wrap Christmas presents the same way. Now we'll flip it back on top. Here's your fat side up. And get it back out to the pit. Get back on the pit at 250 again. We're looking for internal around 200 to 205. We're going to cook it until it's probe tender. Okay, our brisket hit about 203. We go into that probe. It's in and out like butter. We'll take it inside, put it in a cooler, give it a rest for about an hour to 2 hours. Be ready to slice. All right, everybody. Our brisket's rested for an hour. Like I said, we brought it up to about 203, but the biggest thing was it was probe tender. I don't care what that temperature probe says. If it ain't probe tender, it ain't ready. Let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, we can already tell it's plenty juicy. Let's cut into it. We'll separate our muscle here. See what we got in the middle. You see both sides of this brisket are juicy. Let's cut them and see how tender they are. Okay, we got it all cut up. Flat or point. What's your favorite cut? A little piece of this flat right here. Falls apart. Look at the smoke ring. That beautiful cross section. Just going for that bite. That's where it's at.